What's going on, everybody? Welcome to True to the Game podcast, episode 4. I'm here with my co-host Albert and my co-host Ricky.
Yes, sir.
It's that time of the year. Baseball's back. Baseball's back.
Baseball's back, baby.
back. Let's go. Let's go.
Everybody's excited. Here at HK, we got the cages full. People are coming back, doing it, getting their swings in, sticking to the fundamentals, coming back into these times. Obviously not looking to change everything in one day. The season's long. Have a good mindset coming into your season. And be excited, because you've been working your tail off this whole offseason, though.
Yeah, man. These kids been grinding, bro. They've been grinding.
We've been seeing them. We've been talking about how throughout the year now, you've been busy, right?
Yeah.
You too, yo. You guys
Busy.
Crazy.
And listen, it's crazy because you see those kids who, throughout the summer, kind of stuck with it, didn't just go ghosting lessons, and now they're looking good, man.
Yeah,
They look ready
for
to
sure.
go. They look ready
For sure.
to go. Machines are out. We're going to breaking balls. We're doing everything. now.
lives,
These kids, we're doing lives now.
live.
It's fun to see, man. It's fun to see, and these kids, it's fun to see them start buying in finally.
Yeah, for sure.
Some kids, even the younger kids, man. I got a couple young kids that, at the beginning, were a little shaky, man. They're buying in now, and they're seeing the difference. They're ready to go on in these lives, and they're telling me, Brito, I went 3 for 4 in the live.
That's what happens when you start feeding kids reality in the
for
cages,
sure.
literally. When you start telling people like, yo, listen, this is what's gonna happen when you guys start feeling this, coming into the season. This is what you want to start embracing.
For sure.
And building it in the off season. It's officially not the off season.
Yeah, and understanding that those struggles now came with this result. It's like I struggled all, throughout this offseason for that reason. We worked on everything that I'm not good at, so that it can translate in the game, So that it's been dope, man. It's been a dope, it's fun to see these kids just take those strides. And, I even heard you in the case the other day tell a kid, like, listen, you gotta, we gotta work on your weaknesses every day. I know you're a little frustrated. I know you're a little upset, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And then I seen him this week, and he looked great.
Yeah.
He looked great, man. That's what it's about.
A lot of times, man, I try to tell these kids, for the most part, a lot of people, it's just in general, people like to seek like validation. You know what I'm saying? And a kid will come in, or even, for example, one kid today, he said that he had high school practice and that he was like a little scared and nervous, like because he's like scared of his coach. I said, why are you scared of your coach? Because you're seeking validation. You want your coach to tell you good job.
Yeah.
You want your coach to tell you, oh, hey, you look nice.
Yeah.
I tell him, bro, let me tell you something. I don't seek no validation from nobody. I don't need somebody, I'm just using an example. I don't need somebody to tell me I'm a good father. I know I'm a good father. So I don't need you or anybody else to sit there and be like, hey, pat me on the back. I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't need a validation. So if you know who you are, main thing for these kids, know who you are, and everything else will follow after that.
Know the work that you put in.
That's it.
Know the
That's
work
it.
that you put in. All these
That's
things. You were getting prepared for something, and maybe in that moment you weren't thinking so long term, but that day is here now. And you don't have to think about impressing nobody. You don't have to think about your teammates that you're just meeting, nobody else that's around you. And this is the one thing about baseball that I almost absolutely love. And it has nothing to do with our personalities or nothing like that. But it's personal. You can be selfish. You go into there, and the only way you contribute into your team and the organization is if you're ready. You got to be ready to come into that situation. And you got to say, listen, this is how I get ready. I got ready. I'm going to bring that. And it's about you in that moment, because that's how you're going to help your team. And everybody else is going to be like, wow, this is a good player because you did your thing. You could be selfish that way.
We got a couple different, like, let's just say, okay, for those kids who are going into tryouts that never been on a team before, what would be the best advice that we give the kids who are they're not known yet and they're walking into a fresh situation where they got to make some noise and let it be known? What would they do?
Like a freshman coming into a new high school or whatever the case, or a new team, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
To be honest, I would say be yourself, man. Just be yourself. That's really all it is. You know your game. You know what you bring to the table. Be yourself.
Yep.
And you go in there, like you said, with the utmost confidence.
That's it.
The moment you shrug your shoulders down, people read that body language. They're gonna know.
Sure.
And at the end of the day, guess what? You're there to take a spot.
Oh, yeah.
So you go in there with that chip on your shoulder.
And on the opposite end, what would you do? Like, how do you go about it when you're that guy on the team? You're that guy, right? And everybody knows you're the guy.
Yeah.
So when you got all these new guys come in, like,
It's about more of the same thing. You you carry yourself the way you've been carrying yourself, and that made you that guy. So keep doing that, so people, because you obviously have eyes on you now. People are looking at you. So now you have that role of leading by example. You get me? And that's the only way you do it. I used to, bro, I couldn't stand this when I was in high school, and we used to have team captains that would just like harp on you, just because their way to like show authority was by them speaking instead of by them doing. When it was my turn to be a team captain, all I did was do everything like I was a maniac. Like the coach said something, I was on it.
Yeah, for sure.
And whatever I knew that we did in the past, I was on it. I was the first one to do it because I wanted everybody else around me to be like, you know what? That's probably what we should be doing. So you lead by example. You know you got eyes on you, you lead by example.
I never really been a fan of the rah-rah. You know, like do this.
No.
Like people think that
Baseball's not that though.
Yeah, it's not. People think that a leader in high school, a leader on any team, is somebody who's telling people what to do. No, a leader's not that. Leaders, like, you can lead by example. You got verbal guys. You got, you know, I was more like into like just follow me. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me lead you to the water.
You guys got captains on your team? That you assign, that you be like, yo, this is my captain.
It was kind of like silent. Like, we already knew who was who. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really have to. You knew that certain people had their rank, so to speak, but as far as they say captain, not really.
No,
not really. No. My coach, he wasn't really into that because he didn't want nobody to feel like they had some kind of authority.
No, but I
over the
mean
other
you.
guys.
I mean you now coaching though. At Hudson.
Nah, but they have their little group that they know.
Yeah.
They're kind of like that little leader group.
I feel like
know?
that's better though.
Yeah, for
I feel
sure.
that's better because I feel like a lot of times kids will say, "Oh, you're the captain," like.
Yeah.
F you. Like, well, I gotta listen to you. You
Yeah.
know, who are you?
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like, you know, it's hard to give a kid that because also some kids just can't handle that.
For sure.
You know, some kids just know it because they know. But you give them that. Now they try to do more than what you've already done. You know what I mean? And what you're doing is enough.
You be
know?
having solid players. You name a captain, worst season they get.
Yeah, for
After
sure.
that.
Because what? I got to force everything now. Now it becomes a mental game. You know what I mean? And we're talking about something that's so simple as just you're a captain. You know, so I don't disagree with it, but I also don't agree with it for that case where it's like, you know, the mental burden you put on certain kids. Because at the end of the day, even though that kid is leading by example, that's the only way he knows how to lead. You know, that term captain kind of probably worries him because it's like, well, now I got to be more vocal. I'm not that guy. You know, obviously it's up to you as a coach to explain that, but. Exactly. Well, I'm the captain now, so when scouts come, now they come to see me. You know, because I'm the captain, you know, and I think, you know, a lot of times that, you know, that word kind of messes guys up. You know, that happened to me my senior year, but I probably had the worst senior year of my life because my brother had a great year before me, and he told me, and I was told right off that, listen, you that guy now. You got to fill your brother's shoes. I'm Ricky Brito, though. I'm not Kevin Brito.
Oh, yeah, you got to be who
know?
you are.
That's my brother's name, by the way. I'm who I...
Shout out Kev.
Shout out Kev. I'm me, you know, and I had my worst year of my life because I put that pressure on myself, you know? And it wasn't that I didn't put the work in, it's just more or less like, now every game I'm like, damn, like my brother in this situation would have hit a home run, so I got to hit a home run. Well, I should have just took my single. Instead, I struck out because I was trying to overdo it, you know what I mean? And I got out of my game.
So it's like the theme of it is coming into the season, whatever position you have, whatever you're doing, you walk into that setting knowing that you got to be yourself.
Yeah, and be the best you can. Be the best you can be. Be your best self every single day. That's all you can be. Because you're your own person, you know? Try to carry the load. Don't try to carry the load, right? Everybody has a role to play. You know your role, play it well. And
you'll not be looking over your shoulder for nothing, man. Because when you're looking over your shoulder, you're not paying attention to the thing that's standing right in front of you.
For sure.
At the end of the day, and that's how baseball is, bro.
For sure.
Now, everybody kind of like know our stories, right? They know your story. They know where you played. They know what you did. People knew my story. We spoke about it a little bit. They know where I played and all that, right? But people look at Rick and then try to figure out, like, right, like, you know, like, what's Rick's story?
Where Rick at? Where Rick at?
Where Rick at, right? Like, so let's talk about this, Rick, man, because
people need to know too where his perspective is coming from.
For sure. Rick, okay, so we talked about this earlier. A lot of times, what happens is I got lost in my career coaching because I always thought that I wasn't good enough because I didn't play pro ball. So like my word wasn't enough. So you know, I got lost in a lot of that, and it's good for people to know because you understand that baseball is not only how far you've played, but your experience in the game as well. So yeah, maybe I never played pro ball, but I've had experience over the years that got me to where I am today. So I was telling him a pretty cool story of how it all started. You know, the whole Brito Sports Academy thing started. I actually wasn't supposed to coach. And I was actually supposed to quit a long time ago, you know, but the man upstairs, bro, he pushed me through it.
So you never came into it wanting to coach?
No, I never
Or-
came in. So, okay, I'll give you guys a quick little story about how it all happened. So, I had the option right after high school to go to Dominican Republic and play or go to college. I ended up choosing that route to go to Dominican Republic. Didn't work out, so I came back. And then unfortunately, financial aid didn't cover me to go to school. And I was never big in school. I was good at school, got very good grades, but I was never a person that's like, this is what I wanted to do. So I literally was just sitting down one day and I was like, you know what can I do, man? I love baseball. This is all I know. I was always that kid that in the dugout was like, hey, you drop your shoulder, or like you got on your front side. So, you know, I was coaching way before I was coaching. And, you know, a lot of people don't know this. So I put out a camp. So I just made Brito Sports Academy, literally same day, made the LLC. Within 2 weeks, I tried to put a camp out. Backtrack to that, I was coaching a little bit. I ended up coaching in rec and stuff like that. I was coaching for a little bit in Patterson rec. And then fast forward to now me wanting to do Brito Sports Academy. I did everything in one day. Within 3 weeks, I put a post out, I want to do a camp. I did, you know, I went out there, went with two of my brothers, Mike and Kev. Kev, come back up again. And we sat out there for like an hour, maybe hour and a half, 2 hours, and nobody showed up. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. It's first day, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. So second day I come out, and I'm out there for 2 hours again. Now I'm by myself. So I'm like, damn, dude, like, what is going on? Like, people are hitting me up. I'm talking to people, and they're telling me they're coming, but why are you guys not showing up? So third day rolls around, and I'm like, you know what? Damn, do I really want to do this? Yeah, it was 3 days, bro. It was like, damn.
Nobody's showing up.
Nobody's showing up. I'm like, damn, can I really do this? Like, is this something I really want to do? Did I mess up? And so I'm like, you know what? Let me give it one more chance. I'm not doing nothing today. At the time I wasn't working, I wasn't doing nothing. I was like, you know what? I took my swings in the morning. I went to the gym. I was like, you know what? Let me go out here. Let me see if anybody shows up. 2 hours pass. Nobody shows up. So I'm like, oh man, here we go. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like, are you telling me that I'm not supposed to do this? Like, whatever. If I wasted my time, I wasted my time. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I started packing stuff up, but something was telling me, like, dude, just stay like half an hour more. So I stood a half an hour more, and then when I start to pack my car up, somebody out of nowhere random calls me and goes, Ricky. He goes, Brito. And I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And then I see his son come around, full baseball, full gear, and he goes, I want you to train my son. You're doing that camp, right? I was like, yeah. I was like, all right, let's do it. So I waited 2 hours and a half. Nobody was there.
One kid.
There's one kid. And shout out to my man, Ed, man. Shout out to my man, Ed, because without him, there would be no Brito Sports Academy.
Ed was the dude.
Ed was the guy. So this is how Ed plays his role. So Ed was I've trained his son. First kid I've ever trained, right? And like I said, I've done stuff before. It wasn't, you know, nothing out of order, but first kid that I ever trained with Brito Sports Academy. So I was helping him out. As I'm helping his son out, I see Ed walking around the field, just like, hey, you play baseball? Come check this guy out. Hey, you play baseball? Come check this guy out. You're already here fielding. Come check this guy out. So it was like, now I'm have one kid, and one kid is turning into like 5 now. And then the 5 now turns into 10 because they told their friend, friend.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So
man.
it's crazy because, you know, I just had a conversation with one of my guys the other day, and he's like, you know, dude, why don't I have guys like you? I want to have guys like you that I work with that play college and do this and do that. But this is where it comes from. I was working with kids, you know, 10, 20 kids and not making $1, you know, for free. I was coming out of my job that I worked at from 4 a.m. until 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, go out to the field with them till the lights went off, that I had to park my car just to get a couple extra ground balls because they're like, Coach, we want to stay in field. You know, those 20 or 30 kids, you know, so a lot of times people think, well, you know, this was overnight. I've been doing this for 7 years now, you know, so it's good for people to have an understanding because I really never spoke about like my background. People really don't know as far as like the trials and tribulations that I had to do to get here, you know, and again, I go back to saying that like I was a guy who, you know, always knew that like, okay, you have to build your resume because you never played pro ball. So people are going to look at you in a different light. So I've always tried to do that. And I made a lot of mistakes, you know, along the way, but it got me to where I'm at now. You know, I'm training a bunch of kids. I'm lucky enough to be training a pro guy. Now you come in to hit with me. So it's kind of cool to get validation from guys who's been there and have seen, you know, that level of baseball to now to say myself like, damn, now I could do it now.
Shout out to Ed, man.
Yo,
Shout out to Ed, man.
Shout out to Ed.
Shout out to Ed, man.
So when did you see it like kind of being like?
It started to take off, I want to say, so it's tough to really say because I really, really focused on like coaching because I really love coaching. So
As in like games.
like games, yeah. So I would like, I coached in Patterson for a little bit. Then I coached at another facility for a little bit, coaching travel teams. From the travel teams, I went on to coach the last 2 years at Berrien Community College. And then, I told myself, I was like, listen, you're coaching, but is this really what you like? Like, you find joy in it, yes, but is this really what you like? So where I really started to see an increase in like clientele and all that was actually this year.
Nah, when you
I
say-
would say this like 2023, that off season leading into now.
Coach, I've seen you. You're a winner as a coach, by the way.
Yeah,
yo.
thank you, bro.
I coached last year a fall thing, and I needed help, so I told Ricky, come. We won the championship.
You want a champion?
But when I think about Ricky and coaching, I see him more in the cage working one-on-one because he's more personal.
Yeah.
It's more personal. That's definitely more.
And
your
that's
vibe.
really why I like it. And it's cool because talking about being personable, it's crazy, man. And coaching has been such a great thing, and it really has done. I've seen the benefits of it to what someone like me can do to help these kids. I got kids that I work with nowadays that were heavy in the streets, and now they're good kids. I got a kid that, we laugh about it and we joke about it all the time, and even his sisters come up to me and tell me, like, you saved my brother's life. I'm his godfather now. So, and even the other day, one of my guys told me, he's like, Brito, I don't know what I would have did without you, man. I don't know. And he's a college guy now. Met that kid when he was 13, 14. So it's cool to see how now that these kids are getting older, the impact that you have with just having a simple conversation and telling, like, what's up with that girl at school? What's going on at home? You give them that extra love that maybe they don't have at home. And that's what I love about it. And that's why I chose doing this over that. Don't get me wrong, you do touch a lot of kids when you talk about and you get to a lot of kids when you talk about coaching in general, like coaching a team, but it's a lot more personable in here.
Yeah.
A kid's having a bad day, I can sense it right away. And maybe I made their day that day just by laughing and joking around with them.
Yeah.
And I know you can attest to that. You got kids that, and we talk about that all the time. You got kids that you've been training since you were 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
And now they're like, those are your guys now.
For
Look at
sure.
Timmy.
Timmy.
Timmy was your guy, man, when you were young. And then,
8 years old. Now he's
8 years old,
18.
and now he's 18. He's playing for you now.
Crazy.
It's cool to see that.
Crazy,
and that's what I love about the game, and love about coaching in just general. You get to help these kids in ways that, like, maybe you didn't have that help back in the day, or maybe you seen another kid who didn't have like their parents. Like, I remember I played with kids, I played on teams with kids that, like, to this day I don't know who their parents are.
Yeah.
I've never seen them. So for me to be that person
That
in
just
here,
sounds wild, right?
it
there,
sounds crazy.
It's not relatable at all for me, to be
Me
honest.
either, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I knew all my friends' parents.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's
All,
crazy.
like, especially that played on my team. Like, what you mean?
Yeah, it's
Oh, hey, Anna, or Dan. Like, I don't know.
They'll bring you food, they'll bring you Gatorade, they'll bring you water.
I don't know. Like, that's like different. It's different.
So it's cool, man. It's been a crazy journey, bro. I've been through a lot in it. I wouldn't change it for nothing, bro. Because, your hope is to at least change one kid. So when I have multiple kids come up to me and tell me, like, dude, you changed my life in ways that you will never know, it's dope, man. It's dope. And it fills my heart, bro. And I treat these kids like they're my little brothers. You know what I mean? So it's like, my little brother needs help, I'm gonna help you. Guess what? You need help? Forget baseball. You having problems at home? Call me. I'll help you. Let me be that guy for you to be like, you know what? I just want to vent to Brito today. And it happens every single day. It happens literally every day. I get a call at least once a day where, like, Brito, help me with this, please. I'm like, all right, I got you. Don't worry about it. So it's been dope, man. And, now that, I'm going into 7 years of coaching now, man, it's just keep working. Let's just keep having fun. Let's just keep pushing towards,
7 years of coaching looking different now,
Yeah,
with the
man.
way it's coming in now, because
For sure.
now it's not the case where, like, okay, you're getting ready for a season, coming into a season now. Now you're just browsing over games, hearing
Yeah,
feedback
yeah.
from guys now. It's
For
not
sure.
like how it was before, where you're getting ready to coach. Guys are just out there, now you're just hearing from them.
Yeah. So I have a funny saying too, that when you say that, well, all my college guys, especially more importantly my college guys, but pretty much all my guys, I tell them, they go, Brito, but I don't want to bother you. I'm like, dude, just text me and send me a video. I watch video every night regardless.
Yeah.
So I might as well watch your videos instead of watching somebody I don't know. It's because I'm studying the game consistently every single day. So it's like, okay, you're getting better, but I got to get better too. I got to do my job. You know what I mean? And it's the same with
your
him.
job
He
is
knows.
coaching him.
Yeah, for sure. He knows. You know, for those who don't know, I'm his hitting coach. It's the same thing with him. I ask him how many times I bother him with something. It's sometimes, I ask him, I go into I call it crackhead mode. It's like 1 in the morning. Bro, it's like 1 in the morning. I'm like this on my phone and just start blazing his phone. I'm like, I know he's not gonna respond. Sometimes he does. I'm like this. I'm like, Sip, I see this, I see this, I see this.
It looks like 8 screenshots,
Literally, bro.
2 videos, and a gap text between each one, like
Yeah,
this
bro.
long.
Yeah, but you know, it's good for people to know because a lot of times, like again, it's hard for like parents to really get like the human side of me. They just see me in a cage and they think that's all I do, you know? So it's good for parents to understand that, like, you know, I do go home and I understand the job that I have at hand with, you came to me, you told me, hey, I want to get better. You told me that you want to get your son better at this sport. So guess what? I'm going to make sure I take that 100% and run with it.
You're taking that responsibility.
I take that responsibility, you know, and I think that's what separates us. And that's what separates us here at just Hot Corner in general.
Yeah.
You know, I know you, bro, like I said, you're a guy who does the same thing. I'm the guy who does the same thing. And that's why no matter what, and no matter how much people try to talk down on us and how much people try to hate, at the end of the day, the real's always gonna win, bro. We're always gonna win. We're always gonna find a way to push forward because you can't stop great things, bro. God will not allow that to happen. What happens in here, you can't stop that.
So now that you hit the topic of hate, let's get into that. Let's get into that. How do we handle hate? How do we handle jealousy, envy? What else? You know, people who.
There's people trying to talk down on you, man.
Yeah, but the worst part of it is like the people who see you in this hugs, high fives and hugs, but the minute that you turn your back, man, they talking crazy, some crazy that don't have nothing to do with nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just came from, went to a high school, championship game today, basketball, and thousands of people there. I'm not even kidding. I knew a lot of people there, and you can see. I read body language really well.
Yeah.
Some people give away, they give themselves away when it's like they're doing something to you, they're talking bad about you, but they're giving themselves away with their body language and by the way they say what's up to you, you know that something's
eyes
not
and
right.
stuff like that.
And I'm just and I'll be like, and today alone I've seen it probably 7-8 different people.
Yeah.
And it's like unbelievable because I can honestly sit here and tell you that I don't have nothing to do with anybody. I don't bother anybody. I'm a hard-working man.
Well, that's the difference is when you're focused on your stuff and you're focused on other people's stuff.
That's
the difference of the world.
And that's
yeah.
the problem. The problem is that everybody's too worried about what the next man's doing.
Yeah.
And if they were to put that same kind of hustle and
what
the
they
same
got going
energy
on.
on what they got doing, they might surpass that other guy.
Yeah, 100%.
But
No,
they can't do
the
that.
way society's built up now is, well, let me look at somebody else's life so I can look at my life and be a little happier.
Exactly,
about it. So
which
that's
is
the
insane to
problem.
me.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man. Like I can't tell you this like it's just a nasty world. Bro.
It is. You know what's crazy too? I remember he would tell me stories of like how, so Sip got drafted. For those who don't know, Sip got drafted out of high school. And I remember he would tell me stories where like people would come up to him and be like, that wasn't supposed to be you. That was supposed to be me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And you know what? That's insecurity.
For sure.
That's
That's
exactly
insecurity because my father always used to tell me when I was playing, he was just like, listen, it's cool to feel some type of way about whatever it is you want to feel. You're a human being, you can feel what you want. But you have to understand and learn what to keep in here and don't let it out. Keep it in here. Which I'm gonna be honest with you, I never really had ever a hating, like my mind doesn't work off of like jealousy and hate. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always happy that somebody else is doing well because if other people were doing well, like if everybody's doing well, we would have less problems in this world.
But you know what
And
it
to be
is?
honest, I like hearing about it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like hearing about it.
For sure.
Yeah, you know what it is when you haven't accomplished anything, that's what happens.
It's easier to hate on
It's
somebody
easier to
else.
hate.
Yeah,
You know what?
It's
We'll
easier
put
to
it,
hate.
we'll put it out there like this, right? So I'm gonna keep it all the way funky, like they say, right? The problem is, and I'm gonna get right into this. Became a coach in high school, and like for some reason, man, I don't know, like I pretty much cool, everybody. Then the minute that became a coach in high school, like it's kind of like sour. Everybody going sour, like they mad, like they take this I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm gonna be very clear, and I'm gonna look into this camera. I'm gonna tell you, when you coaching these kids make you. You don't make these kids.
For sure.
So when you get all these coaches, they going out there trying to like get these wins to be in the Hall of Fame and get these accolades, bro. Knock it off. You know what that is right there? That's small-minded mentality, bro. Because you know why Joe Torre and all these other guys are in the Hall of Fame? Because of his players. Because of their players. So like, you know, it gets annoying. It gets annoying, and it bothers me because it's not that serious, man.
No.
It's not that serious.
And you went in with the good intentions to actually help
these kids. It's about helping these kids.
Yeah.
They want to walk around and it's like, I'm this guy from this. Nobody cares about you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And whoever and I'm gonna tell you, like, it is what it is. And whoever don't like what I'm saying, I don't care. I'll tell them. It's just it's annoying, and I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Well, you know what it is in Carlos' standpoint, and it's easy to point people out. Like, nobody comes into that situation with the position that you had before that. So they already have an insecurity built up on top of that.
Yeah.
This guy has something up on me, and now we're at the same position.
Yeah, for sure. Or we're not playing, but let's use an example. The kids aren't going at each other like, you know, that's fun stuff. We're going to beat you guys to the. Yeah. No, we're going to beat Carlos. My boy, I don't play baseball no more. Like, what you talking about? Like, I don't know what
God forbid you did.
It's funny too because you're gonna beat Carlos, and Carlos got the same jersey that those kids got on.
Like all I'm doing, making a lineup and making sure we doing all the right things, getting my signs and making sure everybody's. And it's like, yo, like they come out and they.
You don't got a bat. You don't got a glove.
Like, bro, like you could. And on top of that, half these dudes and half you dudes that coach, and that you know that you go a Hall of Famer. Get in the cage. Let me see you swing a bat. Let me see you play catch. Let me see you run. Like, yo, let's keep it all the way, man. Like, it's annoying, bro, and it's annoying. And I'm a person of like I'm very honest, bro. Like, I learned that throughout life, you can't keep things in because then that's when you blow up, right? But I have to let it be known that you guys gotta knock it off. You gotta knock it off. It's annoying, bro. It's annoying. Nobody cares how many wins you got. Nobody cares about it. Do what you gotta do for your kids to get them to the next level, to get them to college, to get them to pro ball, or even to get them off the streets.
That's it.
Stop worrying about your pockets and stop worrying about, I don't know, whoever you think you are. You're a bunch of nerds, bro. That's it.
You know, but you know what happens? You know what happens, though? Listen, if you watch this episode and you're genuinely offended by that, you're that guy.
Yeah, there you go.
You're that guy.
That's your problem.
You're that guy, and that's a problem.
100%.
And that's a problem because you know why? You're doing damage to this game.
For sure.
You're doing damage to this
For
game.
sure.
Because it's leaking into the kids. You know
For sure.
That's what happens.
For sure. And then what happens is these kids don't get the proper development that they need.
They don't.
So then they go to these JUCOs thinking that they're automatically going to play, or they go to these D2 schools.
Or
D3s.
even worse, they start hating the game.
For sure.
They hate the game.
Yeah.
Because they never even came at it with hate towards nothing else.
No.
And the coach that couldn't even do what. How are you a coach and you asking a kid to do something that you never did?
There you go.
I'm confused. Hey, I need you to make sure you this that. You got to hit 320. You got to hit 10 home runs. How many home runs you have in your career?
But that's not a realistic look at baseball though.
But this is
that's crazy.
That's what happens, though.
This is
Wow.
the everyday world of baseball that we live in, brother.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable to me,
Yeah.
man. And it really makes me upset, bro, because I didn't grow up like that. Like my coaches genuinely, man, all my coaches when I was coming up, they genuinely care for the most part.
100%.
Yeah, no.
But
I never had a coach like that.
I got coaches to this day that they follow the podcast page. They comment. They message me, Brito, you're doing a great job. You guys are doing awesome. I love the content you're putting out. To this day, and I'm 28, bro. I played for those guys back when I was 10 to 12.
Yeah.
You know, so for, you know, those are the relationships you want to have. And I remember, like, even playing in Little League, you'll see other coaches and they'll be like, dude, you're a monster. Like, you killed it today. Now, you get the cold shoulder. God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid you go 4-4 against another school.
Yeah.
They don't even want to talk to you no more. And this is where it hurts a kid, right? Because, and this is what's sad, and I know this happens. I don't have to see it firsthand to know. I know this happens, right? You're a scout. You go recruit, right? You're going to go to multiple sources to find out a certain information about a kid, right?
Definitely.
Guess what happens? that same coach you went 4 for 4 on and you did nothing too, he will throw dirt on your name because of something like that.
I'm gonna tell you
to me,
something.
that's
That's a
crazy.
cancer. I'm gonna
But
give you
you're
that.
looking at it because it's going in a different.
I'm
But
gonna
it
give
happens.
you.
It happens. And that's the sad
I
part.
probably shouldn't let this out. I probably shouldn't.
It's
But,
coming
it's,
out.
but I'm
Here it is, boys and
But
girls.
I'm gonna let it out. So I'm gonna tell you, foul. It's foul. It's a foul situation. So I'm gonna be honest with you. You probably gonna see this, but I don't care, coach. My high school coach ain't never did nothing for none of us. He didn't do nothing for none of us. We made it happen. The reason why we were so good was because we all played summer ball together, or, you know, and we all ended up living in the same neighborhood, and we were in the same zone of the school.
Y'all
That's
had a
the way it
nucleus.
worked.
Y'all had a nucleus.
And, bro, we were just nasty. We were just good. Number 20 in the country at one point.
That's dope.
So I say that to say this. I remember like it was yesterday, and it breaks my heart to say this because I could never do this to any one of my players. He wasn't a cross-checker, but he was like, he worked for Major League Baseball. He ran the Northeast, right?
Okay.
So I have a regular day of school. In high school, I'm a senior. And everybody knew it. Like, listen, I'm prepared for the draft. I know I'm gonna get, like, this was like written in stone type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So he came in, and I had to take like we picked a classroom. The classroom was like one of the first classrooms inside of, in John Adams, in the hallway, whatever, by the trophy cases, whatever. And I had to take like a psych test. It was,
Oh yeah, it's like 100-something questions.
bro,
Yeah.
I felt like I was taking the SAT.
Yeah, that's how it is. And
So
each
I'm-
team give you one.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm doing it. It's just like everybody's like, the guy, he's a big, tall guy. I don't want to say his name. He knows who he is. He's a tall guy. And everybody's looking in the like walking in. 'Cause I have a basketball game that day. I was playing basketball, but this is like well before, after class. I had 2 sessions, so I had the early session. So I'm knocking it out, boom, boom. He's sitting down like a teacher, and everybody's like walking in like, are you in trouble?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? I was like, "Yeah, fuck, go over there. I go over there. So after I'm done taking a test, he goes, yo, everything's all right? I'm like, such and such name? I'm like, yeah, sure it is. And then he goes, well, that's weird because your baseball coach just told me that he doesn't even know who you are. If I'm lying, I'm dying. My baseball coach didn't get along with my basketball coach, and he was mad that I was playing basketball. My basketball coach was the JV baseball coach. And they would go back and forth. So he was mad that I was playing basketball. So what he did was he absolutely tried to sabotage, ruin everything that I ever worked for because of his own insecurities.
That's nuts.
See where I'm going?
You see what I'm saying? I
But
told you it
that's like,
happens.
but to
It's
me,
nuts.
that doesn't like, maybe because I'm not like at the point where you guys coach and maybe I haven't
No.
seen it. But the thing is, like, we're talking about a dude that's past his like what? How old is he? And how old are you?
He's gotta
18
be,
years old.
At
bro.
the time,
You're-
I'm about 17, 18, and he had to probably be like in his 40s.
Bro, you're hating on an 18-year-old. You're 40 years old, dude. What are you doing?
But that's most kids stop playing baseball because of a coach like that.
That is crazy.
you take the love
That
away
was
from
cra-
kids.
Especially somebody like that in your program, bro, because you're good.
And
you help the team win.
That is
and you're gonna find a way
100%.
to make them hate the team or not want to play. What's the point with that?
I had my basketball warm up on. I went. They were practicing in one of the. My high school was huge, so I went over there. I would say what's up to my team. He's like, no, you're not on this team. And he closed the door to the gym, and then I went back to the regular gym. We had 4 gyms in my school. The main gym, obviously, And the crazy thing is that anybody who knows about John Adams, we were the best. In that time, we were the best. Nobody was better than us. In Queens, we were top 5 in the whole city.
You talking about basketball or baseball?
No, baseball. Anybody who hears this knows that this is the truth. They know.
That's crazy.
And you know what? It's about time. That's why I respect Jeff Fry. I love Jeff Fry. You know why? Because too many people don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
I'm all about the truth, even if it's about me, because maybe I could be better.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
That's crazy, bro.
That's nuts, man. That's
Nah,
terrible.
and if you're a coach, dude, and you are responsible for somebody not wanting to further the development in this game, like shame on you, dude, on that.
Oh, by the way,
shame on
I
you.
didn't get drafted. By the way, you know I signed as a free agent, right? That was one of the reasons why.
That's crazy. You see, that's
insane.
That's a whole different effect. You know, everything happens for a reason, but that's a whole different effect that didn't need to happen because of that.
Yep.
That's terrible.
Yep.
Man.
So that's just a prime example of, you know, coaches, the insecurities of themselves.
So let me ask you this: you're the player at that time. How would you tell a kid? How would they manage a situation like that?
You just gotta there's nothing you can really do. I mean, the only thing you can do is just try to, not even try, you have to be who you are, and then,
Because you still played, right?
of course.
Numbers talk.
That was high school.
Numbers talk.
I ended up signing
Numbers
pro
talk.
ball. I played 13 years of professional baseball.
Numbers talk. You get what I'm saying?
You know, like, for me personally, I feel bad for him.
No, yeah.
You know why? Because that's a lonely soul.
Yeah.
He's
He's got to live with that more than you.
He's got to have to
ever.
live with that. And then you
Yeah.
know what happens? People go through pain throughout life, and then they start reflecting.
Yeah.
And then when you start reflecting, you start saying, damn, I did this to this person bad. I ruined this person. I ruined this
Sure.
person and this
No,
person.
And for you to do that to somebody, like, you know, you get older, you start putting your mind towards it. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, what's in him that
Yeah.
that doesn't want anybody else?
I'm just
to
too
be in
much of a
situation
man
like
to
that?
even say the name. You see what I'm saying? That I will respect. I'll leave that. But everybody who
Nah,
knows
'cause
what
you don't
school
need
I
a-
went to,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
already know who it is, bro.
It's not even. it's
it.
not even worth it. It's just more or less. It's good that you share that, bro, because
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah.
No, it's real
People
life.
have
It's
to
real life.
understand
It's
that.
real
So when
life.
we,
Sure.
so when parents come up to us and they tell us like, you know, where should I go? Should I go here? Should I go there? Understand you have a big responsibility.
Yep.
You have a responsibility.
That is a
to
great
your
point,
son.
Rick.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that is
is
a
a good
great,
point.
that is that is an unbelievable point.
Yeah, because people talk about programs.
You want to
they
go
talk
to
about
all
this.
these programs. You really have to do your homework.
Do your homework.
You're basically, it's like daycare.
Yeah.
When your kid can't speak or talk. I mean, so obviously a little bit drastic.
But who you handing your kid
But
to?
who you handing your kid to?
Yeah.
Because guess what? That's it. They got their arms around them now.
Oh, and look how old you are, bro. You don't forget that. You know exactly
I'll be
who it is.
38 in May, and let me tell you something. For the for the rest of my life, for the rest of my living years, bro, I will never forget that. And I've seen him a billion times after, and I'll just keep it. What's up, coach? What's
No,
up,
that-
man?
it doesn't matter.
No, it matters. It matters. Fuck that.
At
It
this
matters.
point.
But I will say this. I look at him, and it's just like, man.
Feel sorry.
I feel sorry for you, bro.
Feel sorry.
I feel sorry for you,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And funny thing is, he actually called me like 3 weeks ago. Dubbed him.
No, it is
See
what it
you.
is. We got nothing to talk about at this point, bro.
You know?
It's crazy, man.
But it's
sad,
just like, it goes into all of that, like the recruiting, the way you're gonna go to school, and you gotta do your
and
homework,
this is a part
man.
of the process, because guess what? Now kids are making the decision.
That's
So
it.
you hear this, understand that most of the time, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true.
That's it, bro.
Literally.
That's it.
And to be honest, in those situations too, like parents, have conversations with your kids. Like, see what's going on. Ask them about what's going on in their days and things like this, bro. Something like that happens, bro.
No, my father, I told my dad, but the thing is like, what?
Nah, your
like,
dad a little bit more hardcore though. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'm not
Your
gonna
dad
sit
a
here and
little
tell you what
more
my father said because that's a different situation. But it's just like, what are we really gonna do about it?
Yeah.
You know what you do? You put your head down and you keep on marching forward.
that's it.
And
And
ain't
you
nothing
work.
you could do. And you know what? Guess what? He was the same guy that said that I wasn't gonna be X, Y, Z, this, that. Guess what?
No, it's a prime example. Nobody could set a limitation onto yourself.
Yep.
Only you could do that. You cannot leave this sport because somebody else made you do it. You can't do anything in life because somebody else made you want to get out of it. You have to decide that for yourself. Yeah. Had it been that situation, you hearing your coach that whole time until the point that you just drive out, what you would have been
That's
now?
it. I just find that like I could never, bro. When I tell you that I could never, especially knowing that you're dealing with kids who come from certain situations. Like, imagine doing that to a kid that this is gonna take care of his family, and now they're gonna be able to live a better life and elevate.
For sure.
But the hate don't let them see that far.
But how are you? Like, I don't know, bro. That's insane to me, man.
Yeah,
but
I hate
that's
that
just a
I can see
little.
that far.
That's just a little like thing that happened to me that I never shared. But you know what, man?
but
All the
you,
gloves are off, bro. We gonna lay it all on the table all the time now, man. That's it. This is what it's
nah,
about.
but it's dope. It's
That's
dope
it.
because you've been through that situation.
For sure.
So you can pour that onto your kids, and guess what? Now your kids have something to feed off of. Like, damn, I got my cousin that's hating on me. That's telling me I'm not gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
I got this person telling me
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be nothing. This guy could do it. Guess what? I could do it too.
Yeah, for
You know what I
sure,
mean?
for
Because
sure.
there's always gonna be that one person.
sure.
There's always gonna be there's gonna be multiple people that tell you.
Yeah.
You know?
And
You just
dude,
gotta keep
things
pushing forward.
yeah, pushing forward is the point because things change. Like I can't tell you how many times, and I was never this type of person. Shout out to my parents for that, like the way you're brought up. But I never ever brought nobody else around me down. Because I always understood that you never know what's gonna happen in the future. Like things might
100%,
go
bro.
full cycle.
You
I
spit
know
in the
kids-
air. What they say? My grandma said you spit in the air and it'll hit you in the face.
Yeah, I
man.
know kids that couldn't hit a foul ball when they was 11 years old.
Yeah.
And they're playing pro ball right now in AAA.
It's crazy.
You get what I'm saying? And people and coaches would tell them, like, and they wouldn't make teams and they'd kick them off the team.
Yeah.
And at that time, I would be like a player that, you know, people would be like, damn, Sip, like, you're good. You get me at that moment. And at any moment, any one of us, including the coach or anybody else that made the team, could have told the kid, like, yo, just shut up, you suck. Like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
And I never wanted to do that, and I never wanted to be around people that did that either. I despise that. Because it's not about that. And it would go full story back. People retired, and they're way further than where he was at that moment. too.
100%, bro.
Yeah, dude.
100%.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna get this. We're digging straight in Dylan Hoy, and I hope you're watching this, bro, because this kid, like, when we were younger, he got kicked out of a team called the New Jersey Rocks, and he's playing Division I baseball in Louisville right now. And I think that me and him are the only people that are still playing baseball after that. As a matter of fact, on top of that, I don't even have a team right now, so he's the only one playing baseball right now out of that. You get me?
It's crazy.
And he didn't make the team after that, and things go full circle. After those
Yeah,
things,
they
bro.
do. Yeah, it
That's
does.
dope.
Man.
That's
It
dope,
does.
man.
It does, bro. It does. And it's just like, you know, this game, the world, the way of like the karma, everything it just comes around, bro. Everything comes around. Everything comes back around. You gotta really, really be good to people, man.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro.
Because it'll come back in some shape or form.
Yeah.
And the baseball world seems this big.
Oh
but
my God, it's
really
so small,
this
yo.
small.
Oh my God, it's so small.
Really this small.
You know,
Somebody knows somebody.
it's all about how you act because you go to well, when I was at the time I was going at a camp at St. John's.
Yep.
And it was you ever heard of Tony his last name was Mascara. He's with Wake Forest now. And he recruited me to go to St. John's, and he wasn't even a coach at St. John's, he was in Maryland. And then now he's at Wake Forest. And then it goes all over the place.
That sounds like my day. When I signed, the day I signed with the Mets on 2006, October 31st, Halloween, I had a private workout. It was for the Mets, but the Yankee guy was throwing me BP.
That's crazy.
Yeah, or for example, Ty, right?
Yeah.
Swear.
He played pro ball, was a scout, went to Wake Forest, and now he's at Duke. And now that one person has connections with all those people in that one spot. And it works just like that. How many people you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and one kid's gonna go out, he's gonna go play baseball, he's gonna meet somebody that knows you.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Say the story of how like you came about getting drafted. About that showcase you went to.
so yeah, literally,
No, so
small
this
world.
is crazy.
So when I was, this was at St. John's camp, I got invited by a Texas Ranger scout. Sent me to go to a camp at St. John's. A lot of big prospects in the Northeast was around there. It was like for St. John's, but it was more about like, just getting more people.
just
in-
overall,
Like
yeah.
Northeast kind of thing. So, and there was games, obviously. So whatever, we go through the day, I did well, performed well, whatever. And at the time, Ty Blankmeyer, what's up, Ty, was a student. His dad was the coach.
Yeah, Ed. Yeah.
Ed was the coach. Ty was he was his junior year. He gets drafted the next year. Right? Me and him had a good talk that day. We built a good relationship. I ended up with his number after that because, I wanted to go to school. He was a student there. He wanted me, obviously, to go to school after that. But he ended up getting drafted the year after that, right? So he's a Red. After he's a Red for 1 year, decides not to play, becomes a scout for the Brewers the year after that, right? So now he's a Brewer scout, and I'm just about to graduate. He ended up drafting me to be a Brewer. And the Texas Rangers were the one that sent me to the camp.
Nuts.
And he was a student in the junior year there
Fire.
at St. John's.
And guess what? You and him were cool. He knew you could play.
Yeah.
Here's your opportunity, man.
Literally.
God forbid you burn that bridge.
Yeah.
God forbid you're an asshole to that guy.
Uh-huh.
You never know where you end up.
No,
you know?
exactly. Literally, it's all tight knit. Baseball's the smallest, whatever. And then
really is,
if
bro.
you get into pro ball, it turns into like this. Those 30 teams sound like a lot. It feels like it's 2.
For
Yeah,
sure.
and parents understand this. You can be a reason why your son does not get drafted.
Oh, my goodness.
Or go to a school.
I can't-
If anything, you could probably be the biggest reason why they don't.
Coaches literally take it as a vendetta.
Literally.
Like, yo, I hate his mom.
Yeah, literally.
I hate his dad. I'm definitely not.
That's
taking him.
why you
And not only
have.
am I not taking him, I'm telling the coach that he go to next week,
Yeah,
yo, don't take him.
Don't take them. You have to understand that you are a representation of your child,
Mm-hmm.
right? if you act out, guess who's gonna act out? Your son.
Exactly.
So understand that you have a big responsibility as well when we talk about your son's recruitment, when we talk about your son, wanting to play pro ball and getting those looks. You act up, they're gonna scratch you off a list. Right off the bat.
It's not even about acting up in the moment. What it is too is background. Where you guys what's the history of your family?
Yeah.
Where
And
you
they
guys
ask you guys
from?
all those questions, right?
Yeah.
And that draft
the thing is
process,
that
right?
when they're pouring serious money, when these organizations are pouring serious money into making that investment in you,
They gotta know where it goes.
guess what? They want to know and make sure that, listen, okay, so if we give this guy, let's just make up a number. If we give this guy $1 million, we're going to know that this guy's not just going to go run off and we're never going to see this guy again,
Yeah.
him and his family. No, they do a background, bro. They figure out, they know exactly what your parents do. They know their personal lives. They know everything.
What they do for work, all that stuff.
They check your social
Everything.
media, all that.
Everything.
Oh,
Oh,
social
my
media,
God.
everything.
Social media. For all you athletes, if you want to destroy your career, that's the quickest way to do it.
No, if it's caught on camera and if it's on social
over.
media, it's coming back.
It's over.
Coming back.
It's over. Social media is the quickest way to destroy your career.
And what people don't realize that when we talk about pouring money into an investment, right? When you're getting, let's say you want to buy a house, right? And you're looking at the house and you see a crack there, crack here, crack there. You're like, yo, that's 3 cracks, man. I want you to bring down the price. That's exactly what they're trying to do to you too.
100%.
That's exactly what they're trying to do.
They're trying to find a problem.
Damn, look what you
to
did here.
devalue you.
Bro, I just saw this, bro. I don't think you're saying $1 million, but I think $700K after what I just saw.
Yeah, and then you're gonna be like, no,
and
but
now you
that's
got no, but and then you're thinking about your dream, and then boom.
It's not one. It's not
300K.
3
That's
cracks.
300K.
It's
Yeah.
not 3 cracks. It's 1 crack. So now you went from $1 million. You went to 700. Now let's go to 8.
Yeah.
It's a game.
And
bro.
you're not negotiating with those guys. What they value is what
No,
they
it's
value.
because at the end of the day, it's what they say.
Yeah.
And it's your dream. You want to play.
For
That's
sure.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it,
That's
man.
crazy, man.
But all jokes aside, man, that's a good point, man. The parents, you guys can really destroy
Make or break.
your kid's path, man. Like your career, everything. You could just throw it to shit. To be honest.
Listen, I mean, that's it. There's no other better explanation than that. If you watch this episode and you really understand what we're talking about, you can help your child in a lot of ways when we
For
talk
sure.
about just playing sports or whatever they want to do.
For sure.
Because that's what they do nowadays with everything.
Yep.
They check backgrounds, they do all that.
Yeah.
No, and all of it's out now. It's
all out,
So
yeah.
like, no information is not accessible nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like, and you spoke about it when you were talking about the scout. The scout came and talked to your coach. So any interaction that you have with your coach, meaning the child and the parent, you have to be very careful how you manage yourself around that. You talk about interactions, bro. I've had actually colleges talk to my guidance counselors to get information on records about things of like misconduct in school and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, because that maybe less on pro ball, but more in school because the type of student that you are is gonna affect directly what kind of if you're gonna even be able to play baseball. Because if you're gonna run into school trouble, then the coach is not gonna be able to deal with you into the field. You got to do a red shirt or whatever. You're ineligible for. No coach want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Scholarship money out the window. Get out of my school. I don't even want to deal with it before the spring comes up.
They'll
That's
find
how
somebody
coaches
else
think
that they
about
don't
it.
got to deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's so whatever you can manage in yourself, what's very controllable to you, you have to be very careful how you manage it because you're just one slip away from you not having that opportunity, and that goes for your parent, and that goes for the parent, and that goes for the player.
Yeah, and understand your opportunity. It's like this.
We spoke about that today.
We spoke about that today.
You don't even know when you might miss your window.
Yeah, you have one shot. Everybody gets that one chance.
That's that Eminem. You only got one shot.
got one shot.
That song is real, man. Like I'm
Yeah.
not being for real. It sounds corny, but it's real.
It's
You
real.
got that
man.
one
real.
window opportunity. You miss it, and then you don't even realize. You don't even realize when you missed it.
Yeah.
You just looking in the past and be like, damn.
Damn, what
Like-
did I do wrong?
Yeah, what
could I
do?
fix?
Oh, I didn't have the chance. I'm unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that. That's what people
Self-pity, huh?
Yeah, exactly. No, and you're looking back and you're thinking, and you were doing all this stuff and you couldn't clean it up at that moment, and now you're thinking like, dang, now I don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, man. This game is crazy, man. It'll take you through some highs and lows.
It is a crazy game, man.
We talk about all the time, man. You got people who are living it, who are seeing it every day.
Yep.
So take the advice, take what you can, and run with it, and really, really, really do whatever you can to really help your child, and guys and players, help yourself.
Digest.
To help yourself digest this information, take it and understand, be true to yourself, right? understand who you are as a person, fix fix whatever mistakes and errors you might have, and you're gonna make errors. We understand that you're gonna make mistakes, but understand that and go level-headed in any situation, and understand that one opportunity may slip off of one mistake that you make. So don't let something that could happen in 5 seconds affect the rest of your life.
You know, we gotta call it. We gotta call it like what it is. When you do these checks and these background checks and all of these things, right? Like, you gotta understand too. We spoke about this on one of the other podcasts. You know, where you from? Well, you from Patterson, Brooklyn. Okay, inner city kids, man. Oh, okay.
You really got target on
you
your
got
back.
tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you got tattoos. Oh, you got earrings? Oh, okay, weird. Because last time I remember, ancient Egyptians are the men. They're the ones who started this earring stuff. Oh, but you don't know that, right?
Yeah.
I bet you. Tell your scout to go figure that one out. What else we got? Like, it's just like it's always a judgment on
Whatever they
something.
can- whatever they can take out there- whatever they can pick out
Whatever
on
it is
you.
possible for them to sit there and judge you about. Oh, you got into a fight, right? Yeah, I got into a fight because kid disrespected me, disrespected my family, so I defended it. If I was a scout, I want that guy on my team because I know he's going to defend his teammates.
Yeah, but they don't say it like that, though.
But the problem is that Poindexter Billy, that thinks he knows baseball, he don't know. He don't know.
Nah, he don't.
He don't know. Because me, I got a guy like that that's fighting for some good things. Nah, I want him on my team because that guy's going to fight for this organization. He's going to fight for his teammates. He's going to fight to win. But, you know, that's why we need more real baseball people or real, whatever their respective sport is. You need more people who have played, who have passion behind the sport instead of having good grades.
Can we talk about real quick about why we harp on so much about why baseball needs a baseball background? And baseball and anybody that play any other sport, baseball is not like any other sport.
No.
Football's a team sport. Basketball is a team sport.
Yep.
Those are team sports. It's about being riled up. It's about feeling yourself together.
Yeah.
But baseball has this one thing kind of that sets it apart. And you can't even really almost name it, but you got to be in it to kind of understand
it, yeah.
You get me? And it's like, if you coach football, you can't coach baseball. It's not the same. It's not the same nucleus. It's not the same, the people don't work with the body the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same schedule. It's not the same. Even the pep talk is not even the same.
Yeah.
Because you don't really get into nobody's head before a baseball game and rile them up. Nobody going to a plate trying to get it's a Barry Sheffield.
Well,
Thinking about you have select few people, but everybody's almost unique in the way that they show their talents in
sure.
baseball. You get me? It's not like the other sports. So that's why we talk so much about you have to have a baseball background to understand and grade baseball.
Yes.
You get me?
Yes, you
When we
can't.
speak that.
It's hard. You have to have some kind of understanding of the game. You have to have some kind of understanding that because your little brother goes 0 for 10 doesn't mean that he's not good.
So you probably hit it right there in the nose. The difference probably is the failure. It is the failure. How often does a basketball player fail?
Yeah, if a basketball player is 3 for 10, I'm gonna be honest with you, you're probably gonna get replaced.
Yeah, exactly. So how you come at failure as a coach or as a parent, speaking to the kid or whoever's going, you have to be very
Yeah, you gotta maneuver that the right way. Yeah.
You gotta maneuver a little bit different. Not everybody knows how to do that.
Yeah, for sure. That's the problem. How do you rate the failure? How do you judge through the failure? I mean,
You gotta see how they fail.
there are certain intangibles to this game that you can't really, if you're a fan of the game, you're not gonna understand it. Okay, for example, a Derek Jeter play, shovels, throws in the Posada, they attack. A guy who's an analytics guy that does, they're gonna be
But he was
that's
actually
cool.
late.
That was cool.
But StatCast said it was only 30 miles per
Yeah,
hour.
bro, do you understand? Do you understand what that man just did? He just changed. They won a World Series that year. Why? Because he changed the whole, the intangibles of the game, and you just need more scouting and more professionals in the game.
Yeah, and now I'm thinking back on your high school coach, bro. It has to be at that level to start.
He ain't never played nowhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. It has to be at that level to start because now you're talking to somebody whose brain is fresh. You know, they haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So they're obviously listening to somebody that's older than them, that's giving them this is the head coach.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy was given this position. Everything he say, I have to take.
Yeah, and they're relying on you. They're relying on you.
Heavily,
Relying on
yeah,
you.
because that's the voice.
Yeah.
I literally came to play for this guy's program.
Yep.
Like what he says, I gotta do.
Oh, and then he's been coaching for 10 years, so this guy's gotta know what he's talking
So how do you
about.
go? So how do you guys, right? So now that you said that, right? Like, how do you go about? Now let's just use him as an example. Okay, he said this. Now that's in the big scouts, right? That's in his ear, like kind of like in the side of his corner of his brain. Now that goes from him. Now another team, and it spreads like wildfire, right? Like wildfire, like. Now we got a whole like just wildfire going on, right? So now you got to go out. Then I'm pretty much explaining my story in a way. Like now I have to go everywhere, right? And I gotta kind of like try to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
So
That's
my
tough,
summer
man.
team. So my summer team. So I used to play for youth service, and I played with the Bonnies. Then I went and I ended up playing for the Long Island Cardinals for my last year travel, right when I was 18, and now they're called the New York Nine. Shout out Ian Millman. So I remember at the end of our last game of the season, we had Coach Charlie. He was cool as hell, but he was crazy, bro. He was crazy. Like he was like a rah, you know, like he muscles, short dude, but he was rah. And I remember him saying something to me, and there's certain things that I can never forget because, you know, this certain things that you just there. Yeah. So he said to me, he said, "Hey Goose, you're nothing like what they say you are." And
That's an offense.
And I'm like, no.
What are they saying? I want to know what they saying.
I know what it is.
Okay,
So-
at that point you know. Okay.
So the problem is that my father had a logic, right? The certain logic that he had when it came to playing travel ball was he never wanted me to be comfortable. I was a very, 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 very talented kid. So wherever I went, I would play all the time. But he felt like he didn't want to keep me in that organization because then he knows that I'm going to just start for the next 10 years on where I'm at.
And you start having that confidence, like, oh, I'm gonna work.
Yeah. So what he would do is, I went for youth service, went
throw
to
you
the
the fire
Bonnies, and
all
then he
the
would take
time.
me.
That's
So
what's up, yo.
look, the perception, which becomes a reality, the perception was like, oh, this guy just jumps.
Yeah,
Around.
something's wrong with him.
But it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was just the fact that my father just was trying to keep me working.
Yeah.
Working. I was super talented.
That's
bro.
actually kind of smart because it's like,
Continuously proving.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's smart because it's like, okay, I'm the best here, but okay, go prove yourself again.
Yeah.
Nah,
Go
that's
prove
a
yourself
fact.
again.
100%.
That's like when
And
I was
dope.
young.
That's dope.
and that's what
And
he
that
was
makes you work
doing.
harder. That's
Yeah,
dope.
what? When I was
That's
young, my
dope.
dad didn't like when teams didn't have tryouts. Team
Yeah.
didn't have a tryout, you're not playing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Because
That's
I mean,
crazy.
some set up already.
Yeah.
So you know those kind of little perceptions they get you know it become a reality to people.
Yeah.
And you know and then it starts to spiral into other things.
Well,
you know?
because people start assuming at that point.
yeah, you
different
start
things.
assuming, you start thinking, oh no, yeah, maybe it's this, or maybe he's that, or maybe he had this, or maybe it's that, and it's just like yo.
And if you leave a
listen,
team at that time or any time, it's always because of beef.
Yeah.
or, even,
Yeah.
or God forbid you leave a team that the guy, that the coach of the team is the guy.
Okay.
I did that.
Yeah, so why'd you leave him?
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't gotta say who it is for summer ball, but I left the organization because I'm gonna be honest with you. At that time, I was like a young kid that was a little, you know, very like chill. I wasn't really like aggressive. I was like mad calm, and I would see the way he would talk to people, and he make people run so they throwing up and stuff. I didn't understand that yet, so I said, yo, I don't want to play for that dude. I left. I went to the next team. And then when we played them, I'll bust their ass. And now he's even more mad. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Salty.
but I'm gonna be honest. He's the man. He's the guy. I'm gonna throw out some names for you. He backed Betances, Ottavino, Beato, and guess what? You see what they did? They're doing in their careers, right? Not because he helped them, of course, because those dudes are super talented. We know that already.
Yeah, they already got their stuff.
They already got that. But that this is the power that guy had. That's crazy. And me, I said I don't care. Like me, I've just always been a dude. Like I'm not gonna ride you, bro. Like Paul, like I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I was like I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna go play somewhere else.
Yeah, that's dope though, bro. Cause you did it your own way, bro.
I did.
You did
but
it your own way.
I did it
bro.
my own way, but you know what?
Obviously,
we lost a lot of millions.
No, for sure. I could imagine. I could imagine, bro. But you could sleep at night.
For
Some
sure.
of these guys can, bro.
For sure.
You know, so it's dope. It's dope because you did it your own way.
sure. I'd rather
you,
be
you
nobody's
didn't have,
slave, man.
yeah, exactly. You know, at the end of the day, nobody told you this is this, this is that.
Yeah.
You said I'm gonna kick this door down, and then you close that one. I'm gonna kick this one.
For
you close
sure,
that one, I'm
for
gonna
sure,
kick this
for
one.
sure.
And I think when stories like that, to me, are super dope because it's like, you know, you could have been just said, you know what, I don't want to do this
Yeah.
no more.
Matter
So
of
it's
fact, okay, even Frankie, he backed Frankie. Frankie played for him too.
That's crazy.
I could keep, bro. Manny Ramirez played for him.
Damn.
There you go.
Yeah, he was that guy for real.
He was the guy. He's the guy.
Yeah, but that don't mean that everybody got to stay there and play
But
for
that's
him.
but that's the ego part of other people.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have nothing against him. I think that he did great for my friends, and I'm proud of my friends. That's the kind of person I am.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm proud of my friends, and I'm proud of where I'm from, and everybody. We made it. A lot of these guys made it happen, and guess what? Good. I'm happy. I don't have no, you know what I'm saying, malice in my heart. But at the end of the day, it had to go through him.
Yeah.
It had to go through him. I'm being serious.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like people gonna hear some truth, man. Listen, man. Listen, what we say? Hashtag stay true, baby.
Stay true.
Stay true. You
Stay
heard?
true.
That's how it goes, man. We stay true. We don't talk no lies. We gonna tell the truth here, man.
Yeah, man. And listen, if it hurts you, check
Be
yourself.
alright.
Yeah, check yourself.
You
You gotta check yourself if it hurts, man.
Check
'cause-
yourself, literally.
That's
Check
it.
yourself, because you're doing things for the wrong reason.
For sure.
You know,
For
and
sure.
and at the end of the day, you know, in the long run, you're the one that hurts the most.
For sure.
Doing things for the right reason. Like if you just did things for the right reason, like parents, you take your kid to practice, you take them to the team, do it for the right reason.
Do it for the right
You get me?
reasons.
Do it for the right reason. You're not thinking about making $1 million off your son. Do it for the right reasons. The kid, if you're going to the practice, you're going to step in the cage, you're going to go to the game, you're going to start your season now, do it for the right reason.
Exactly.
Do it for the right reason.
Exactly.
Coaches, you're coaching, you're doing your thing, you're seeing these kids, these young adults, people that are going to grow to be politicians, businessmen, athletes, whatever. Do it for the right reasons, because they're never gonna forget who you are.
And let them know that. Guess what? See all these kids that we train. Listen, we got thousands and thousands of kids that come in here on a weekly basis. Guess what? 98% of them will be professionals in a different field.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna play
So
baseball.
guess
They're not
what?
gonna play baseball.
Guess what? They might be a judge, might be a police officer, might be a fireman, and guess what? You might need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they might have needed what you told them.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah, so build that
Or
up now.
you might have done some bad shit to them, and guess what? They ain't gonna help you.
Coming for your ass.
And that's how it goes, man. For
God
real.
forbid they end up a lawyer.
Right? Oh my God.
But at the end of the day, we could use everything for fuel. For sure. And that's another way that we could tell people to, continue to keep doing whatever you gotta do. Yep. Somebody was negative with you, fuel. Somebody was positive, fuel.
Yeah,
Bro, I can't tell you what has gotten me to this point, like with all my success that I've had, like where I'm at in this moment in my life right now, has been I've took every negative thing that somebody has ever said about me, and I have flipped the script on everybody. And I made it a personal thing. I made it personal. It was personal to me to be successful. It was personal to me to make sure the business ran. It was personal to me to make sure that I was a great father. Everything that I do is personal to me. And I take that with pride. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I get chills. Like I'm getting chills when I say that, because I could hear and I could remember, you ain't gonna be nothing without me, or without this, or without that, or you never gonna. Damn, man, it's crazy, man. I'm gonna tell you, I live a good life.
See, and everybody has their different kind of thing, right? Like he used that for fuel. I was the type that if somebody would say something to me, it would literally go here and out there, bro. I didn't give a flying fuck, bro. I did not give a fuck.
And that's
'cause
amazing.
in my mind, I already have something predetermined in there that nobody can alter.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can alter. I can't tell you the bullshit that I've heard. And we talked about it before this. I must have been gifted with short-term memory. Like I must have been gifted with
Father
it.
would have loved you. He'd be like, oh, it's the best son ever.
Yeah, I was gifted with short-term memory, bro. Like people, I can't tell you the shit that I hear in a day. People spit to me, and I'm just like, wow, what a waste of listening. Let me get back to what I'm thinking about.
No, that's great. Listen, I'm the opposite. I just did things the right way, bro.
Nah, I hear you.
It
I hear
doesn't matter
you.
what people say.
That's fine. Three different.
It doesn't matter what people
But that's
say.
why this is perfect.
Yeah,
The three
for sure.
different ways of doing things.
Yeah,
like
sure.
I was just talking about that with my wife. I was like, yo, I'm not an emotional dude. Like there's not things like I have
you're
a
not
little
tied to things.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
a temp.
yeah.
I got a temper on me for sure, for sure. Like, but I'm not like an
New York
emotional dude. But I'm gonna tell you facts. but one thing that my emotions came out on the field, and
That's your sanctuary.
dude, it's just like I became a monster. Like I could sit there and I could like hit like a game-winning homer or a double to win, and I'm like inside, I'm like, let's go, and then like tears are coming, but they're coming out of like I told you that I could do this.
Yeah,
I
right.
told you.
See, me in game is winning, dog. I hate losing. dog.
Yeah.
I hate losing. I hate losing. I hate when I swung at a ball and I just missed it because I knew I should have cracked it. I hate when I should have stole the bag and I didn't take it in that moment. I hate losing. I hate losing little battles. I hate losing battles. I hate like I'm taking a step and I hate how I took that step. I should have taken this step this way. Like that's why it's like just winning.
You know what's crazy? Like you I believe that 1,000%. Cause Sip, I'll be behind you, bro. I'll be watching I'll be sitting down, and when you're hitting, I'm looking at the hit tracks. This motherfucker hit a ball 103 miles an hour off the fence. I could have hit that better. This guy drunk? Like, what is he talking about, bro? And that's
Tell
that's
me
what
about
you're
it. That's why
saying,
that's why sometimes we
just
fight
be
in the
having,
cage.
For
Yeah,
sure.
because
Me and him go full blown, like
Because
people think we're gonna throw.
Ricky's job, right, is to make me feel like, I'm getting towards the journey, right?
Yeah.
But my job is to be like, I want the journey right now. Like, I'm trying to do this shit right now. Like,
sure.
So when I'm like, I see a ball and I should have cracked it, like I hit it off the wall double, I'm standing at second base like, that's a run that should have just came up on the board right now off this.
That's nuts.
Right now. So now I gotta be at
That's
second
crazy.
base. So so this is how it happens. Now I'm at second base, right? How the fuck am I get home? Like I'm like, I gotta steal third now. And this
Nah.
pitcher better not spike a ball.
Bro,
I
this-
mean, Ricky Henderson and Jackie
Yeah,
Robinson.
yeah.
Yeah, literally, that's what I'm thinking.
Steal third at home, bro.
Bro, this is why people watch our sessions and they're like, yo, this is kind of dope. It's like we always want more.
It was entertaining.
Just
I was
always
watching
want
you guys
more.
argue. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, look at these guys.
Wow.
No, we argue, bro. We argue. That's one thing. We gonna argue, but you always say you guys are brothers. You're gonna do that.
For
But it's just
sure.
Oh, no, love
it's
is
the
love.
love that and the passion that we have, and it's the understanding of like, no matter what, we both might not agree with each other, but at the end of the day, the goal is the goal.
Facts.
We're trying to get here.
Sure,
That's
sure,
the goal.
sure.
And if it comes with a little blood, sweat, and tears, we gonna do it.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna complain. We're gonna show up every day.
That's really one of the reasons why I extremely love baseball, dog. It's the fairest game ever. Like,
Fair.
it's fair. Well, I say it's fair because of this. That pitcher, there's no way that he can finesse 3 strikes. He got past 3 by me. You get me?
True, but you also got
no,
some
look.
bad umpires.
No. Okay. In that regard, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But you see, but
Yeah.
I'm very much in what I could control. You get me? Like, he still got past 3 by me. It's still 9 innings. It don't matter what time it is. It's 9 innings. Except now they threw a clock on.
Right.
But, you gotta be in the box fast enough. Whatever.
I heard they made it shorter too.
Again?
The clock.
18 seconds, something
I
like
think they like brought it down a little bit.
Damn. Yo, you never played with that pizza box, yo. Oh, we'll get back to that in a second.
What?
But like the bases,
Bases?
it's a pizza box, bro. It's literally a pizza box.
huge.
It's like this
I
big.
seen the Yankee short spring training, the Yankee short league in New York. It's huge, bro. Pause. Hey, yo.
But anyways, yo, I love the fairness of it, dog. Like, a dude hits a ball towards me in the field. If I drop it, he's on. If I catch it, he's off. 50-50 chance between me and that dude right now. You get me?
I see what you
That's the
mean.
way I kind of like. I see it that way. Like,
I see what you
this isn't. I have a chance, and he has a chance. We both have a chance. Let's see who wins out of that chance. Today.
Now that's dope. That's dope.
In baseball too, the Dodgers could lose to Kansas City.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, everybody has a fair chance. That's what I love about baseball.
Yeah,
too.
no, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
If like the Chiefs play who? Give me a team. Not crazy.
49ers.
No, but that was a good game.
Set up.
they
Whatever.
kind of there.
That's just set up.
Is it set up?
The Chiefs play the Giants because my Giants suck.
Okay, Chiefs play the Giants. Who's playing? Who's winning?
Most likely the
The
Chiefs.
Chiefs are gonna win. You get me? Like,
It's all about them Green Bay Packers, though.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there, bro.
Okay.
Once a cheesehead, always a cheesehead. You heard?
Cheesehead.
you cheesehead?
For sure. But I ain't no rat.
Ah!
I'm just saying. Real quick, though. This season, what's your predictions? Who wins the World Series?
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, beginning of the season, yo.
We're calling it
I'm
right
going LA Dodgers, baby.
Dodgers?
Going LA Dodgers, baby.
No, you go first.
now. Nah, damn. I don't know, man. I think
Warriors not winning. Even though the Dodgers be choking, bro. Oh my.
The Orioles?
They always find a way to just shit
I
the
don't know,
bed.
man. I like the Braves, man.
Braves
'cause
are a good contender.
I like the Braves. I'm
Yo,
gonna be honest.
They won a World Series without Acuna. Acuna went and they lost. Acuna's tight. You thinking right now that?
I mean, I don't think
It's another
Acuna's tight. He's
MVP
about 200 million in.
Oh, no,
he has a World Series ring, got an MVP. I think he's doing just fine, bro.
Yeah, but you want that ring.
He got the ring. He still got it.
He got it, but he don't got
I'm
it.
trying to have sand on me while
Yeah.
I'm holding that
Oh, got you, got you.
turn on me.
I don't want to have crutches while I'm celebrating.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I think I'm calling it. I think Ian Snell, Ian Snell. That's the other dude.
Names together.
Blake Snell. I think that he goes to the Yankees.
Yes.
I think he's gonna be a Yankee.
Yankees still won't win.
I think that I'm gonna be honest with
They
you.
got to get rid of Boone. Then they'll win.
Nah, I think Boone's good for the Yankees because
Good,
Boone.
well, how? He
I'ma
stinks.
No, I don't think he stinks, bro.
stinks.
I think that Boone is good for the Yankees because you need somebody tough. He's tough. You can say what you want about him. He could be
Savages in the box.
like he's a tough dude. Like
He
I'm
is
gonna
a
be
tough
honest,
dude.
and you need that to be. Honestly, at this point, he's a New Yorker. It's over for wherever he's from. So like you gotta to be anything in New York, you gotta be like tough skin.
Yeah, for sure.
Tough skin, and I think that Boone is the right guy. I think he's the right guy.
Okay, so you're going Yankees.
I think that if the Yankees
It's a little biased, but okay.
no, I mean I'm being honest.
He's from New York. He chose the Yankees.
Just being honest, bro.
All right, who you got? You say you got Texas going back?
I said earlier that we haven't seen a two-peat in a while, so I said Texas. But yo, I like the Orioles.
Orioles are good. I mean, you can never count the
I like the
Astros.
Orioles, bro.
I'm trying to.
You can never count the Astros out either.
I'm trying to understand this though. Why is it that nobody has signed Blake Snell and nobody has signed
We
Montgomery?
were just talking about that.
Oh, but
We were
Witt
just
got
talking
picked up.
about
You saw
that.
the Phillies. Merrifield went to the Phillies.
Oh yeah?
That's a.
It's a very good
Oh,
pickup.
Philly. We didn't think about
Oh,
that.
Phillies.
That's a good
Oh,
pick.
I changed my Phillies.
Phillies Yankees.
Good pick.
Phillies. Nah, bro, stop throwing Yankees.
That's not
in
throwing
there,
Yankees
man.
in that mix.
You already said your guess, bro. You're
Cause I'm from New York.
Philly. I got Phillies.
Phillies?
Bryce
Okay,
is
so
fine.
I got Dodgers, you got Yankees,
I got
I got
Yankees.
Phillies. All right.
got Phillies.
All right, before
No,
we sign,
I'm saying Phillies Yankees World Series, but that's whatever. Go ahead.
That'd be a dope World Series.
That would.
Keep it in the north. It's cold one.
that will be fine.
Word.
Nah, but listen, to wrap it all up,
Where your Montclair?
to wrap it all up though, listen, we've been getting crazy feedback.
Oh,
I can't walk around this place without somebody telling me, yo, what's the next podcast? Or you guys are doing great, or there's stuff that I didn't know that I'm learning now, which is super dope.
no,
to hear people
like
say.
if there was a reason, we talk on our own. So we don't find extra ways to just talk. We do it for the listeners, like the people that, and the feedback that we've been getting from parents about, like, yo, you know, this is the first time I'm with my kid. I'm not understanding a lot of things, and when I listen to this and hear it from you guys, like I put it to practice into my son.
Yeah,
that is the reason why True to the Game exists, because it's
100%.
about being true to the game, and that's what you guys are carrying out into the game, not the game that we have, the game that just exists. At baseball.
Sure.
100%, man.
Kids are coming back like, yo, make another episode. Why don't you guys do episodes every week?
Put me on the episode.
Put me on that to say what?
Like you just want to bring reality, right? People see us and, you know, yeah, we're coaches and, you know, we do our thing, our lessons with the kids and high school coach, sit play pro ball. Ricky's college coach, I play pro ball, I coach. But there's a lot of other things that have led us to this spot right here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of different experiences. And we just want to give some light to that. For sure.
And truthfully, bro, like, there's a lot of reasons to stay in baseball after you're done with baseball, whatever, for you guys and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and to keep playing it. But it has to do with love. It does have
Oh,
to
yeah,
do
for
with
sure,
love.
for sure.
Man, I love that.
For sure.
Like, I don't coach as much as these guys do. I love the game incredibly, and that's why I continue to play it. But these guys pour their love into the game, into these kids,
Yeah.
and even into in the parents, like just by what they're learning and things like that. So the reason that it is just pure love, bro. All love,
Yeah,
all
man.
truth.
For sure. And listen, thank you guys. Keep commenting, keep liking,
Thank
keep
you,
reposting,
Ken
man.
Griffey Jr.
Yeah, oh, that's
Ken
right.
Griffey
That's
Jr.
right.
Swing man.
Threw
A lot of
comment in
love.
there.
You co-signed that story because you knew I was telling the truth.
Yeah.
You knew I was telling the truth. You a bad motherfucker, I'm gonna tell you that again.
Who else? We got Will Middlebrooks, right? Message you.
Adam Jones.
Jones, bro, huge.
Huge, man.
who
a lot
else?
of love, a lot of support, man.
Bro, I love seeing Adam Jones.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, man.
Well,
Nah, but you know, this is I really love this. True to the game. We got a lot of great things coming. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some of your favorite people on this,
Yes, sir.
and
and a lot of more informative people too.
yeah, for sure. And this doesn't necessarily have to do with just baseball alone, you know? This is like different walks of life. So just stay tuned, man. We here.
Peace out.
Stay true.
Yes, sir.